Well, I nominated as an independent bargaining representative because the way that delegates were selected was very opaque. There was no real process that I saw, and I asked Toby Warnes about that at the time, and he said, "Oh, the delegates were selected, blah blah blah." There was a bit of, it was really cloudy, so I put my hand up, and I thought I did it because I thought that it would upset the current officials, because they obviously didn't want me in the room. And I go back to the last enterprise agreement. We had conferences of 200 delegates, and there was a vote taken for 4% per annum, endorsed unanimously by the room at the Trades Hall. I think it was in January 2018. And it was completely ignored by our current Secretary, Unions New South Wales, and the management, of course. And the offer was put forward and it barely scraped through. So I thought this time around I'll put my hand up. Now, I did put one claim up, and that was for the guard to control the doors on the NIF. And that was quite early in the piece. I was released from roster to attend about 6 or 8 meetings. I can't remember off the top of my head. But they were very disjointed. There were IBRs would meet first, and then the union would meet with the management, and virtually nothing was done for at least 6 months. And then there was a direction from the union to withdraw because they didn't want me there. So I did that. I was given that probably in December last year. So none of the claims were accepted, and I'd say that I was probably treated as a novelty guest by the management at best. As secretary, I would have what we had last time, the delegates conferences. There were 4 or 5, I can't remember exactly how many, but it's a good place for the conferences where people could share ideas. I met guys and girls from other divisions that I didn't know before, and we discussed things in the breaks. It's a good networking sort of situation. It brings the union together, and I would say that that's the number one thing we can forge a way forward, because then the delegates can go back into the workplace and talk to their members. At the moment, it's all coming out via email. It's very disjointed. You don't seem to know. No one really knows what's agreed and what's not. I think it's a lot better if we have people in the room. And obviously, that was an expense to the management, because getting 200 people off the roster is quite expensive. But you know what? If they want to play, they've got to pay. That's the way I look at it. And I definitely think that that's the way to go forward. And that's what I would encourage to be done as secretary.